Hi, I'm Niall from Gulfstream Boat Sales. This is a 2007 Beneteau Antares 7 fitted with a Nanny 155 horsepower shaft drive diesel engine. It's a beautiful example of the Beneteau Antares 7. It's a stock boat of ours, so it's been prepared to the highest standards, been through the workshop, and we're selling it with our in-house 3-month warranty. The Antares Series 7 is just over 7 meters long. That's just over 23 feet. It has a beam of 9 foot 1 inches. It draws 2 foot 8 inches, and it's a fabulous seaboat. Obviously self-bailing decks. The shaft drive inboard diesel engine gives it excellent sea keeping. Also very fuel efficient and super easy to maintain. You don't have any complicated stern drives to go wrong. Just a simple shaft and prop system. So very easy boat to own, and great for coastal use. Great seaboat. All the way down along the port side here, she's in beautiful shape. You get your foredeck cleat up there. You've got your Beneteau badges. We'll take a closer look at the wheelhouse when we get up there as well. Engine room vents and the Antares 7 identifier. And the starboard side of her is also in immaculate condition. Bow rails are in good shape. Gel coat above and below the rub rail is very nice. You've got a big chunky PVC rub rail. Very practical, sort of beefy boat. Graphics on this side are good as well. Yeah. Just in beautiful shape down along the starboard side, and the stern is also in very nice condition. You've got your 3-step bathing ladder on the port side with your transom walkthrough, transom gate. We have an auxiliary outboard bracket on this one, nice beefy auxiliary bracket. Taking a look below the waterline, this boat has been treated with copper coat anti-fouling paint. So it's a copper-based anti-fouling paint that lasts like 10 to 15 years. Now, we have given it a wee fresh coat at the bow and around the waterline. This stuff goes on, it's like a copper brown color. And then after it's immersed, after a period of 2 or 3 months, it turns this greeny color, so that it will eventually go that sort of greeny copper coat color. But the fresh coat has gone on brown. But it's a great job, lifetime job. You really don't need to worry about anti-fouling your boat at all. Taking a look then, in here we've got rudder, prop, bronze four-blade propellers in perfect condition. There is a rope cutter on the back of that prop as well. This one is being sold complete with this SBS twin axle bunked road trailer. So that means you can take the boat home for the winter, you can store it indoors, you can also go and explore different cruising grounds and things. Just really does make it a lot easier to own and move the boat around if you have the trailer. So that trailer is included in the advertised asking price. Stepping on board, we can come in through the wee lock-in transom gate. You can keep that clipped open or lock it closed. And then we're straight into a huge aft cockpit area. So it makes the use of the full 9-foot beam on this boat. And it's an absolutely huge area back here for fishing from, for sitting out. Totally clear decks, all molded, non-skid. We've got rod holders on the transom. We've got a little club for knocking off your fish. We've got a deck washdown pump on this boat, which connects here. The washdown pump was just replaced by ourselves. You just connect your hose there. You can use that for washing down the deck to clean up after you've been fishing. You've got emergency access. This is your rudder there, so you can, there's an emergency tiller handle there if you've an issue with your steering. We've got shore power in this boat as well, factory fitted shore power connection, so you can plug in. You've got a battery charger and 240 volt sockets inside the cabin. The wheelhouse on the boat is centrally located, so you've got evenly matched side decks on the port and starboard side. It does give very good protection to the aft cockpit actually if you're underway, and this deck overhang also helps, so it keeps the rain out of the wheelhouse if the door's open. And then there's a pile of rod holders up on top of the wheelhouse roof there. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 rod holders up there as well. Raymarine radome, because there's a Raymarine chart plotter with radar. VHF antenna up there, your anchor light up on top as well. Let's head up the port side of her. Get your Beneteau badges, wheelhouse windows, sliding windows into the wheelhouse on port and starboard side. You've got these handrails up on the roof as well, so you can hang onto these as you move forward. Again, the deck is all molded non-slip up here. And we've got a huge anchor rocker in here as well, with an electric anchor windlass. Windscreen's in nice condition. Got twin wipers on this boat, so you can clear both screens. So a very easy boat to move around if you're working with lines and things and fenders for coming in to your berth. And also, if you just want to lounge about the boat, fish, you can fish off the foredeck, the aft deck. You can lounge around. It's sort of this boat, I would categorize it as like primarily a fishing boat, but with the option to take the family out for day trips, do a bit of sightseeing. It's got a decent berth in there as well, a nice little galley and an enclosed toilet compartment, so it's a proper day boat, and you could spend the odd overnight on it as well. This is the rear section of the engine bay, so that lifts up on the gas strut as well. Sound insulation on the top of that, and you've access to the back end of the engine. So it's a Nanny T4, 4-cylinder, 155 horsepower diesel engine. Very reliable engine. They have a great reputation. Small turbo in the back of it. This one is in immaculate condition. This boat has an excellent history with it. It's had 3 owners from new. We've got all the original paperwork, the original builder certificate, VAT invoices, all that sort of stuff. There's a pile of service records with the folder as well. We get the original Beneteau bag. So it's been very well looked after, has been fairly lightly used also, and it's ready to go for the 2023 season, and we're going to put our in-house warranty on it. So you're going to have 3 months warranty that starts on the date you launch the boat this year. So yeah, and everything's on the button. Because it's a stock boat, we basically make sure everything's working perfectly, and then we stand over the mechanical, the engine end of things for 3 months. So this is a mounting point for your passenger seat. You can actually take the seat out, set it up here, and you've got a seat out here. Let's just show you how that works. There you go. It takes 2 seconds just to lift the seat off there and set it out here. So you've got a seat out here if you're sitting fishing. Access into the wheelhouse is through this aluminium frame sliding door. So it's sliding nicely, and once it's open, you can clip it open so you can lock it in position so it doesn't slide whenever you're underway. So we've got twin seats, helmsman seat and passenger seat on the starboard side. Nice helm station, well appointed. This one's got tons of options on it, tons of extras. We've got a little galley area on the port side with the optional fridge on this boat, and then a step down forward into your heads compartment in front of the helm, and then your seating area up forward. So a nice wheelhouse with tons of headroom. So starting on the port side, we've got a stainless steel handrail as you come in, and we've got this nice compact little galley. We've got a Waco fridge on this boat. Again, this was an option, so 12-volt refrigerator, all in working order. So the helm seat and passenger seat are pedestal mounted. They do rotate around as well. So this is me sitting in the seat. Got great clear visibility through the windscreen. You've got a sliding window. On this side, you've also got one on the other side, so you can get a nice flow of air through the wheelhouse on nice days. Beautiful wooden rimmed steering wheel in lovely condition. Obviously, nice light steering. It's only swinging the rudder. So walking through the dash, we've got our Nanny engine control panel here. So we key on, you've got your warning system here for oil pressure, battery volts, temperature. You've got your instruments as well, oil pressure, voltage, temperature, and tacho. We have a Raymarine C80 chart plotter, large screen chart plotter. We've also got a Raymarine, what's this, a DS 500X fish finder, so gives you the depth of water and fish finder functionality. And we have a Navman VHF 7200 radio, VHF radio as well. With that Nanny 4-cylinder 155 horsepower engine, the boat tops, I think top end speed's about 20 knots, and it'll sit and basically sit and run at any speed up to that, with the keel on her and the big rudder. These boats track in a straight line nicely, and the cruise sort of mainly probably in around about 15 knots, 12 to 15, 16 knots, and then you can push her on up to 20 if you need to get home in a hurry. We also have a stereo on this boat mounted up here, and a pair of speakers up on the roof Moving forward then, we have one step down into the sort of fore cabin area with a nice teak inlay in the floor there as well. And then on the starboard side, just in front of the helm position, we have our heads compartment. So a nice spacious heads compartment actually for the size of the boat. So this is your double bed area, so you can make up the filler cushion and put the filler cushion in the center. Get a full size double. I think I read online it's 6 foot wide, so you know it's big enough to sleep 2 people. So the filler piece, the base plate removes and it stores in there in that dedicated storage location with a 3 wee clips to hold it in position. So that's really handy. And then you've got this huge sort of wraparound seating area up forward here. So you do just have to stoop down to get in here. But once you're in here and sitting down, there's piles of headroom, tons of headroom. So there's your table. Nice sturdy little table with 4 cup holders in it as well. And it's big enough to, you know, so you could, four people could sit around there and have a meal, no problem. Finally, before we finish up, I just want to show you the engine access here at the forward area. So you just release these 2 clips and this box folds forward here, and then you've got access to the front of the engine. Your dipstick is there for engine oil, and yeah, again, you can tell how clean this engine bay is. If you're interested in our Beneteau Antares 7 and you'd like to find out more about it, then please sign up for VIP access on our website at gulfstreamboatsales.com. All you have to do is pop your name and email address into the box below this video on our site at gulfstreamboatsales.com, and you can get VIP access, which is completely free. Once you've signed in, then navigate back to the Antares 7 page and you can watch our full-length video review. It goes through the boat in a lot more detail. We go through all the storage compartments, have a really good look around the engine bay, walk you through the dash in detail and all the different bits and pieces of equipment, and just give you a much better idea of what this boat's all about, and hopefully help you to figure out whether it might be the right one for you. So that's sign up for VIP access at gulfstreamboatsales.com. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video.